Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. So I did a little math before the stream started. It has been over a month since the last Penny's Big Breakaway. There's Koban Armani. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. He does a lot of Sonic stuff, doesn't he? What was just playing was one of my favorite songs from Sonic and the Secret Rings, but before that was, the one that goes, Who's Gonna Rock the Place, which is, you know, it's a fun song. It's very silly, but, that being used as an intro makes a lot of sense, yeah. It's been a month since the last Penny stream, and, I vaguely remember everything that's happened since then. There was a big stream that Lexi did, and then I needed a week off, and then I did a whole bunch of other stuff and burnt myself out on other streams and needed to rest that Sunday, and then, last week I had my mom over, and that was a whole wild thing. And then this past Sunday was Easter, and that turned out to be a convenient excuse for, holy shit, I crashed after last week. So Mom was over, and that was a surprisingly pleasant visit. We got a bunch of stuff cleared out from her storage space, a bunch of stuff we got to keep, a bunch of kitchen stuff, like pots and pans and stuff that we were lacking on, so that's nice. And then we, quite a stacked month there, right? And that's all without me even working. I'm still out of work. Still in between jobs. So add to that, looking for another job, putting out applications, and working on, like, 4 or 5 highlights videos at this point, one of which just went up today. Thank God that one's out. Nearly thought it was going to take fucking forever, but no, it's here. We also cleared out the middle bedroom of the house, because that was basically a storage unit for Mom's stuff. A second storage unit that she wasn't paying for, good. But cleared out a bunch of stuff from there, and now that you can actually, like, go in there, there's a twin bed in there, somebody could feasibly sleep in there. I would eventually like to have that set up as a guest bedroom for friends to come and stay the night, or several nights. Because there's several friends I've been talking to about possibly doing that one day, and I would like to have that space clear for them. But it's not clear enough yet. It's just minimum viable product, we'll say. So yeah, lots been happening. Mentioned having like 4 or 5 highlights videos in the works, and only one of them's out. I actually wanted this month to be like... I knew I wasn't going to do this, but there's this thread running in the back of my head that said, hey, what if I released a highlights video for every single week of April? And because of how busy things have been, that just hasn't worked out like I wanted it to. I got the highlights video done today, got that done last week, like, right after Mom got here. So that was all ready to go for like a week ahead of time, and then I wanted to work on the next one so that 2 of them were done before April even started, and then I maybe would have tried doing a highlights video every week of April, but no. That's too much goddamn work. I need to fucking rest. I don't let myself rest enough. Has anybody noticed? Probably not. Probably just me. But me and my partner anyway, but I haven't been letting myself rest much lately. I've been looking for jobs and working on videos and streaming a whole bunch and having people over and all this other shit. To be honest, I really want to try editing stream highlights at some point. Like, if you'd be fine with it, I'd love to try doing that. I would love to see you do stuff like that. Especially for your streams, like, I'm not able to be there all the time, but if you edit down some highlights of your streams, I could sit down for half an hour and watch that. That's why I do that, is that it's a very digestible format for people who don't want to sit through a 4-hour stream or whatever. That's what made Magical Tetris Challenge perfect fodder for that, because I kind of got stuck at a certain place in the game, and I didn't want people to have to, you know, sit through that to see all the other fun stuff that happened in the stream, so thus, highlights videos. Brittany says the first 30 seconds of your Magical Tetris highlights video was fantastic, by the way. Thank you so much. I was so nervous about that part. I'm trying not to obsess about analytics too much, but the video is not performing as well as I hoped it would in the first couple of hours. But that's because I tweaked the release time so that it released earlier than usual, while everyone's still at work, so they can't watch it. That's my own damn fault. So I'm just glad y'all have watched as much of it as y'all have. Thank you so much. Hope my editing software is actually able to load my 6-hour long Pizza Tower stream. Yeah, that's a lot of material to sit through and find the best parts of, too. I find that the first, like, 40% of the highlights making process is just sitting there and watching the old stream and, like, cutting down stuff that happened, and it's kind of a slog, really. One of the ones that I'm working on right now is Donkey Kong Country, the streams I did of that. And compared to Magical Tetris Challenge or Frogger 2 or Marble Saga or the other streams I've done lately that have been one stream, one sit down, just a couple hours each, Donkey Kong Country has like 10 hours of material. And it's been taking ages to sit through. So that's my warning to you if you start doing stream highlights, that's going to be the sloggiest part of the process. Still gotta give it a watch later. Appreciate that y'all have been interested in it. I'm really blessed on that front. Especially when it's like, y'all have already watched the streams, and then y'all also want to watch highlights of it again. That means more than I can express. Thank y'all so much. Maybe I really should look into DaVinci Resolve. That's what I've been using, yeah. Depending on how... I will say it was a bit slow on my old computer, but that's because my old computer was literally 10 years old. So on my new computer, it runs rather well. It doesn't have everything that I would hope for out of Premiere, but it does its job really well, and I can use it to make funny effects, so that's good enough for me. Let's see, what else? I had something I was saying. I had something I wanted to say. One of the many things that's happened in the past month is that we got our hands on a new video game console, and by new, I mean old. We got a fucking TurboGrafx 16. And if you don't know what that is, it was the distant third-place competitor to the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. And it didn't sell very well, but it's this neat little piece of gaming history. And we landed the console and a couple controllers and like 12 games for it, so we want to stream that hopefully Friday. If not Friday, we'll look at some other like time around then. But that's what we're aiming for right now. And the thing about the TurboGrafx 16 is that because it was the distant third place competitor and nobody bought it, there's not a lot of it. All of the pieces that I just described to you go for way too much money. My dad found it at a garage sale and somebody took very good care of it. All the games are still complete in box and everything. So I go to look at price charting. The guy at the yard sale is asking $100 for it. The console is $200. Some of the individual games go for $100 in their boxes. I would say we landed a unicorn of a deal. So I'm very excited to show y'all what's there. He got me something else at a garage sale, too, and that's been something that I've been meaning to stream for, like, 5 or 6 years now. Wait, let me do the math. 7 or 8 years, actually. I've had this goddamn thing for 7 or 8 years, this other console, and I just haven't been able to do it yet. It is actually so old that it does not have composite support, and so if I wanted to do that, I'd have to mod it in somehow or find a special cable. So... That's why that one's been on the back burner, but other than that, I really want to do that one too. One day. The holy grail of garage sale deals. You're fucking telling me, yeah, we landed a unicorn. I'm very pleased. Strictly speaking, I didn't have the money to buy it, but I bought it anyway. I'm making it work, it's fine. I'm in between jobs, I do have income. I don't have income, I do have money. I have enough money to last until I find another job, so it's chill. It's just... that kind of thing doesn't come along every day, you know? So I jumped on it. My computer was a Windows server with so many fucking hardware issues I couldn't update it for years because the drive would fuck it up every time. What the fuck? But it runs most of the games I wish to play, so I'm fine with it. Also, the TurboGrafx is a fucking steal. It's a fucking steal. We got so lucky. And so that's in the future. And then once Penny is over, Spirit Tracks is in our future, probably starting next Sunday. And hopefully our group of Mario Party rebels will get back to Mario Partying soon as well. So lots of fun stuff to look forward to. Oh, and more stream highlights to come. That's the last thing I wanted to say, actually, before we begin playing the video game. I can pretty easily say that even though I'm not going to do a stream highlights video every week of April, or whatever I want it to do, I can pretty safely say there's going to be 2 this month, which is more than there's ever been. And I can pretty safely say that by the end of this year, I will have doubled the number of stream highlights videos on the channel. Which isn't saying much, because I only had 5 up to this point in the past 5 years that I've been doing them. 6. 7. 6? 7? 8? Fuck, whatever. Most of those have been in the past, like, 2 or 3 years anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's splitting hairs. The point is, at least 5 more are coming, or at least, 4 more are coming, including the 5th one that I just made, so... What is a SAS drive? I've never heard of that. Constantly go back to before the update and it fuck up the whole PC and just blue screen forever. You have to literally go into recover mode and change the registry for it to work. What the fuck? I got it fixed last year after finally about 3 years of having an old-ass version of Windows 10. What the ever-loving fuck? I've never heard of anything like this. Do you have a ghost in your computer? A ghost in the shell? A ghost in the server? I've also never heard of running a PC that's just a server. That's... I mean, girls make do. But also, like... That means I'm unfamiliar with a lot of the terminology. I don't know what a SAS drive is. Can I look that up? SAS drive. Oh, it's like SATA, but it's SAS. Got it. Okay. So it's the type of cable, not necessarily the type of drive. That makes more sense. Now I'm plagued with a new issue, and that is Microsoft redistributable shit doesn't work at all. Is it trying to be, like, stateless or something? Is that why it's fucking up anytime you try to bolt more shit on top? It makes sense for a server drive. Maybe. Not really. Shit. I don't know. I don't know enough about this shit. You have ghosts in your computer. Seems like you know that already, though. Alright, let's hop over to Penny. It's video game time. Ready to start system update. Never mind, we're not pennying yet. We're system updating yet. I make SFM content, of course there's a ghost of it. Well, when you put it that way. Well-known fact that every PC with Source Filmmaker installed on it has ghosts in it. Oh, yeah. Makes perfect sense to me. They cooked the sauce spaghetti there. There have to be ghosts. It's the ghosts of the TF2 members. That's how they animate. Let's Penny. Let's see if I remember how to play this game still. Our legal terms are changing. You must accept our new terms in order to play. Let's scroll all the way down. You didn't see me have to do this in the first episode because I skipped it. Did it before the stream started. Welcome